Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today, I'm taking a look at your next spiritual or psychic gift and ability that's coming out for you. So, I love this topic. This is one that I get requested all the time, so I'm so happy to be here. I'm grateful for you too. If you like this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more of this content, I post on YouTube every Tuesday, my Join Inner Circle channel every Wednesday, and my Patreon every Thursday, full-length pick-a-cards, as well as TikTok pretty much 5 days a week. So, with all of that being said, please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine on the inhale. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today about your next psychic gift and ability. We have group number 1 on the left with fully integrated. Group number 2 in the center with eyes like a hawk. And group number 3 on the right with unconditional love. As always, the timestamps are listed below in the description box, along with my information, such as where to find my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck, Reiki sessions, personal readings, and the crystal jewelry that I make and sell. So, again, thank you so very much for being here. I love you with my entire heart and soul. I'm grateful for your existence, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and thank you so much for being here today, first and foremost. Welcome to your reading all about your next spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities. You selected the first group with fully integrated. The first thing that I'm getting for you is that this is going to be a chapter that is all about you. There is some sort of exploration of your internal world that is going to be really, really prevalent for you expanding and opening up these gifts and abilities. Now, with the fully integrated card, this was channeled with the intention of it meaning when you resonate with other lifetimes, past, present, future, parallel, regardless of your perception of time, when you resonate with other lifetimes, you eventually integrate them into your being over time. And so this allows us to carry with us the traits that we're meant to incorporate into our vessel still, so that we can fully accomplish our path. So there might be gifts and abilities that you have had in another lifetime that you remember or will soon be remembering that you're going to be integrating into this lifetime of yours. Now, for some of you, we have the green and yellow here, which indicates the solar plexus and heart chakras, and I'm hearing immediately the phrase, your heart is a portal. So there is this energy of divine golden healing light coming out, as well as the heart portal. So this is letting me know that some of you might be doing some energy work, you might be expanding your energy work skills, and you might also be doing some things such as past life regression, journeying meditations. This is also looking like you being able to fully embody all of those aspects of yourself that either needed to be hidden, or you're waiting for other pieces of the puzzle, or maybe there are some realms that you're really comfortable with or have wanted to explore because you feel drawn to, and all of these are going to be opening up to you. And if it's something that you've explored already, you're going to actually be deepening the exploration process here. So this is giving, say you really like to dive into the realm of the mermaids or the realm of the fae, or perhaps you really like to dive into the Pleiadian collective or whatever. Maybe this is normal for you. Maybe this will be what you're opening up into. If you've been doing this before, this will be where you get to explore different details about what it's like to be in these realms. I'm hearing a day in the life. Maybe you're used to tapping in with Lemuria, but instead of just learning about them or remembering your life, this will be little things where you get to kind of start where you picked up at and deepen the exploration, deepen the learning, deepen the journeying. So when you come back into your body, you will have had more space to integrate these things together, and you'll recognize why you were learning certain things, why you're drawn towards certain things, and it's just in a larger, more expansive way, noticing how everything's interconnected. Now, this is a spiritual and psychic gift and ability because it's going to actually show you a lot of the connectivity between all things, and this is going to help open your eyes more to the literal coding of everything within the universe and the timeline you've selected to be in, because this is going to be something that reminds you that you don't actually exist in a timeline. You choose which timeline to experience. So, with that being said, let's get into your tarot. So, group number 1, let's see about group number 1, spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities that they're awakening into, please. Angel spirits and guides of group number 1. What spiritual gifts and abilities are they waking up into? I just keep hearing heart portal. Okay, so if you understand that your heart is a portal, but you have yet to experience it, that will be coming through. If you have done the deep dive into your heart portal, Ace of Wands, thank you for the detail, Spirit. If you have, if you have already opened up your heart portal, you will be deepening and expanding this connection with what it leads you to. Okay. I'm also hearing your heart-mind coherence will be becoming stronger, which is beautiful. We have the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Fool. So the next spiritual gift that you'll be stepping into is a stronger and more intentional astral body. Some of you may be lucid dreaming more or be opening up to this capability. Others of you may be ascending the realm that you travel to when you sleep. Now, the next psychic gift that you might be stepping into is the ability to shift timelines or the ability to uproot certain things. For example, if you are noticing that something has the end of the road attached to it, okay, this can be anything at all whatsoever, you can use your spirit, use your energy to see what is the lesson here, what does the other side of that look like, kind of like manifestation in a sense, and integrate those two energies together. Notice the shift and allow yourself to release anything that is still processing. So essentially, this is going to allow you to take little bits and pieces of time and fold them, and little bits and pieces of space and fold them. You might notice that this is a spiritual gift that you have been aware of for a while, or if you're just hearing about this for the first time, it's okay. Look at the fabric of the space-time continuum, and you'll notice that it's kind of wavy. It's like a ripple. Okay, and when we think of straight linear timelines, think of like a ripple or a folded piece of paper, and you stick a needle right through it. Okay, so that would be a linear perceived timeline. What we're looking at here is looking at something that appears to be linear and being able to pinch it, like folding a piece of paper, so that you're actually removing a segment of something and dispersing it across time and space or sending it somewhere else. Now, this is something that you will have to be a bit careful with, because whenever you displace something, it's going to go somewhere else. For example, if you have a full glass of water and you put a crystal in it, that can be a beautiful thing to do, but if the water is too full, it's going to overflow and then you have a mess to clean up. So with that in mind, do be careful of what you're doing with the energy, and use this appropriately. I trust you, group 1. But this is the next spiritual gift that you're opening up to. You might also be able to see the lessons behind things, so that you won't actually need to walk through the experiences anymore. For others of you, if you already have this gift and ability, you'll be able to remove the lesson from a situation in that sense and walk through the energy anyway. And doing this will actually have a positive impact on the other side of the situation. So say that you come into contact with a bird and you see the bird every day. Say you and this bird have some sort of soul contract where you learn something from the bird and the bird learns something from you. You can immediately integrate these energies together so that you both pick up the lesson, and then you can spend time with the bird without the chirping, the translating, without all of the minutia in between. So this is going to be an energy of instant alchemy, of instant integration of different energies that need to come together. They're also showing me here with the Fool card, they're showing me a ray of light coming up out of your crown chakra and up out of your heart chakra, and then that kind of 90-degree portal between the crown and the heart kind of expanding into light. So this is letting me know that you're going to be having a more optimistic viewpoint as well, and that you're going to be seeing the highest vibrational timeline of all things around you, allowing you to carefully maneuver which timeline that you're on. Now, with the Ace of Wands, this is letting me know, with the eyes closed here, that there is some sort of journeying experience that's coming out here. We do have the King of Pentacles and the Six Cups, with, again, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Fool. So this is letting me know 11, self-realization. This is definitely giving past life regression. This is definitely giving like internal exploration, journeying, meditations, seeing things with your eyes, not just clairvoyancy, but in a journeying meditation, having those visions. The only reason I'm differentiating between the two in this context is because, say you are deep in meditation and you travel all the way to the light realm and you find all these beautiful energies and you're traveling through, and then Archangel Michael shows himself to you. But you are so deeply traveling in like your astral body, in your causal body even. And so that type of vision, I am just showing you that as an example of this energy, as opposed to being awake, literally, like with your eyes open and your feet on the ground and you're going about your daily grounded tasks, and having some sort of vision through your third eye while you're awake. Now, as you know, ways to meditate, which I'm glad this is coming up right now, you can meditate with your eyes open, your eyes closed, or your eyes half open and half closed. So a really great practice for you to strengthen your clairvoyance, if you are looking to strengthen it, or if you're looking to embody it, or even if you already are very clear clairvoyant, if you want to expand upon that gift, is do practice visualization meditations with your eyes closed. See where you go, journey, all of those beautiful things. And then as you pull your subconscious mind a little bit more forward, as you pull yourself into your body a smidge, continue that visualization, but keep your eyes half open. And this will help you to kind of merge that subconscious energy, merge that causal energy into the Akashic energy, into the etheric energy, into the astral energy, into the physical realm. Okay, so that's a practice that I felt called to share with you, so hopefully that helps too. They're also showing me like passed on loved ones, earth walkers. They're showing me a psychopomp. They're also showing me like passed on pets, or energies that are looking for something, someone, energies with like unfinished business, so to speak. Okay, they're showing me the energy of a child that I once saw, and it was like a little bit confused. It didn't know that it had passed, and so it was kind of in between realms. We call these earthwalkers. So they're showing me this. They're showing me a passed on pet of mine that I love very much, that I still feel very strongly with me in spirit today. And so they're showing me that if there is an energy like this that you have helped in the past, or this could be something that's coming up in the future, or if there's a passed on pet, or I say gently because I know this is touchy, child or pet or something like this, they are on your spirit team and expect to be deepening or strengthening your experiences, your connection with them either. Sometimes when energies pass on, we can actually have deeper, stronger bonds with them spiritually than when they were alive and well here. And I know that can be hard to believe, and sometimes it's a difficult truth to swallow, but do believe that just because something or someone is no longer here with us does not mean that you cannot still connect with it. There is only the experience of time and space. And here we go back to the beginning where we talked about removing that illusion from your life and selecting the experience you're going to have through time and space. Letting it be your experience, but not where you exist. So that's a beautiful thing that's coming out as well too. I'm hearing psychopomp again, so they do want me to touch upon this. Some of you may be seeing apparitions if you don't already. Some of you might be surprised to see someone coming to visit you. They're showing me again things through clairvoyancy, but they were showing me first journeying, drawing this forward. They're emphasizing the heart portal here, and then drawing that bridge between the crown and the third eye. Okay, so this is going to be something where perhaps you are seeing different realms meshing and integrating together in your daily life. So you're able to almost be several places at once, but not in an astrally expanded or multiplied kind of way, in a very visual kind of way. So to draw this in a more grounded, literal sense, it would be like meditating with your eyes half open and half shut. So with that being said, that's why they were showing me that golden light from the crown chakra to the heart. When you are having experiences like this, if you ever need a baseline or anything like that, whether your eyes are open or closed and half and half, or wherever you're at in the moment, take a moment, look up at the point between your eyebrows, but see a golden healing light there, a golden light. Okay. If you want, you can look at the point between your eyebrows, or you can look at the point between your eyebrows in the back of your head. So do keep in mind that just as the body, the existence in and of itself is an electromagnetic field, it is in the shape of a torus or an electric donut, essentially, electromagnetic donut. The heart is like this, the mind is a part of this, and the third eye actually works the same way. So you'll notice that energies come from the back of the head, work their way through out of the front, and this is why we project from our third eye, and we oftentimes receive from the back of our head. So you'll want to find what's called the Jade Palace there. If you look at C7, it kind of looks like a smiley face, you'll be able to find this little point energetically where it's entirely open, and if you work on carving out a golden light tunnel between that spot and the front of your third eye here, it will really, really help expand your spiritual understanding, perception, and clairvoyance as well, internally and externally. So they did want me to mention that you will be strengthening both as well as that portal in between. So yes, that is something that wanted to come out here too as well. With the Knight of Cups, they're drawing me back again to the heart portal, and they're reminding me to tell you that your heart is a magnet, okay? So allow yourself to really feel the way that you genuinely feel when you're opening up to these things, okay? You might feel like you're supposed to be a little bit scared if you're seeing things more, but it might also be really cool, and you might be really excited about it. It might be awesome. Let yourself feel that, okay? So that's coming out as well too. And then they're drawing my attention again to the fact that you have self-realization, because we have 11 coming out here. We also have 2 kings, pentacles, and wands, which is the same aces that came out, okay, with the 6 of cups. Now, the only swords that we have are the 10 of swords. So this might be something where you want to make sure that you're doing throat chakra work or chanting something like Om Satya Om, which means Om, truth, Om, okay, or doing something where you are perhaps wearing blue a little bit more or tapping in with that blue energy, because 10 of Swords indicates that you are going to be either expressing yourself in a new way, you're going to be walking away from old thought patterns, because Swords is your mind, it is also your speech. So this can be something where you are allowing the bridge between your spiritual experience and your physical experience to come together. Your internal and external worlds, they're merging. So as this happens, the 10 of Swords indicates you kind of swimming through, walking away from, expressing, letting something out, or walking away from an old form of expression where you may have been keeping something back, or expressing yourself in a smaller way, or letting yourself merely level up in terms of the vocabulary that you're using, or the authority that you're taking as well with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, they do want me to draw attention to the 6 of Cups with the King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Fool here. So, the next spiritual and psychic gift that you're going to be opening up is going to have you feeling more confident in yourself and in the universe, and being aware that ultimately when you are letting the universe act through you, the universe works for you, but at the same time, your body is the epitome of the universal structure. So this connection is going to be deepening for you as well. Some of you are going to be deepening in your body awareness. They're showing me body scans. I'm also hearing medical medium, so that can be significant for some of you as well. They're also showing me again like childhood. So some of you may be re-experiencing something that you experienced when you were a child, either in your physical life or your spiritual life, or needing to take a similar leap of faith that you did when you were younger. And this is going to have you aware that you are in a bridge crossing moment in your life. So when this moment happens, they're showing me VX vertex in astrology. When this happens, trust that this is a fated moment, a fated event. It's not just deja vu. It doesn't just look similarly. This is something that's going to show you. We have the little puppy here, okay, and it's grown into this larger puppy. And then we have this elder looking dog that looks like a wolf and started out as this tiny little puppy. If you look, you'll notice that this child turned into this young adult man who turned into this King of Pentacles. So there's something here where following your heart, following what's in that heart portal, kind of journeying a little bit deeper, seeing what you see, honoring it, and then moving from that place in your physical life is going to bring you abundance. There's something here too with this library in the background. They're showing me the Akashic records, the Akashic realms. Pay attention to your dreams at this time. They're almost this energy here where one of the spiritual gifts that you're tapping into, as well as dealing with your, again, they're showing me that bird analogy I used in the beginning. So processing lessons that you might need to be learning or figuring out, learning them, dissolving the energy in between, integrating the lesson into your life, moving forward. But also there will be things that you're not just processing or healing or understanding in your dreams. You're actually working through tail ends of karma, working through tail ends of lessons. I'm hearing nipping it in the bud, okay, in your dreams, in the Akashic realm. Okay, so some of you might want to get a little extra sleep, might want to keep a dream journal, or might want to just be gentle with yourself with the dreams that you're having, and trust that it's not you trying to figure out something. Don't worry about what you're trying to tell yourself. It might literally be you doing the things that you are omitting from your life because they're not spiritually or physically required of you, but the energy needs to get passed through in some fashion. So there's something like this too, where say there's like a really, really, really light, fluffy, not a big deal energy, and you're choosing not to take the lesson, but of course not to bypass it either. You'll notice that instead you deal with the situation in your dreams, you wake up, you say, oh, that was easy, and then you continue on with your day. All right, so things like this, I would recommend doing some sort of energy cleansing or balancing, such as using a selenite or Reiki or sun salutation or something in the morning right when you wake up, or hopping directly in the shower, visualizing that cleansing light as soon as you wake up. This will help you to release the tail end of that thing. Okay, they're showing me like the end of a frayed rope. So it's like these little tiny threads as they fall off. And then when you wake up, using that selenite or hopping right in the shower, that's going to be like burning the end, essentially, so that it's nice and molded back together. But of course, without leaving an extra layer of stuff to deal with, okay? So that's a really nice gift, actually, to be stepping into, because it's kind of saying that you have done most of the work in your life, if not pretty close to all of it. So with that being said, it's going to be important with this next step of your journey, with these next spiritual gifts, that you are allowing yourself to do more deep diving work. Not because there's shadow work or karma for you to be done, but because there's exploration for you to be done, for you to integrate and bring into your physical life, your physical body. And again, this is where they're talking about selecting the timeline that you're in. Not just being in a timeline, working through the timeline, or trying to manifest something into your timeline. And there's another message that I'm getting to tell you, and it's that when you walk towards this new beginning, they're showing me this deja vu moment, it's going to be important that you take the leap of faith that you either did take and it worked out for you, or didn't take and you always wondered what if. And they also want me to emphasize that this can be something that you experienced in your childhood. It can be something you've experienced in your spiritual travels and the Akashic realm. And this can also be something from a past life that's coming to a close as well. Past, present, future, parallel life, of course. But this is important because say you remember being, I don't know, this person over here. And you made a choice and you continued your life with that choice and you were happy with it. Maybe you were following your mission, working through your karma. Maybe you were doing what you knew how to do, whatever this is. In this lifetime, you will be faced with a choice. Either way, you're meant to take the opportunity that requires the leap of faith. Okay? So maybe in your past life, you did take that leap of faith and it kind of led you into this realization that it would be coming back around here in this body, in this lifetime. You're being encouraged to identify when this comes back up and leap. For others of you, you did not take this opportunity in this other lifetime or in this other dimension or whatever. So when this comes back up, you're being encouraged to know that now is your chance to do this. There's also a connecting factor here between this and the reason that one of the gifts that you are integrating right now is either processing things instantaneously, working through them in the Akashic or lucid or etheric or causal or astral realms, so that you have a free, open experience. And that is ultimately what they want to draw your attention to here today. It is that not only merging of the subconscious and conscious realms, it is that drawing energy from the back of the pineal gland through the front with that golden light. It is cleansing everything and creating almost a another electromagnetic torus shape from your mind. As you know, your thoughts are electric, your heart is magnetic. We know this. But this is really, really clearing up that funnel, that vertex, that torus. And so you'll notice maybe if one side is spinning a little slower than the other, or if one feels like there's a little more weight, or if there's a spot where you feel there's a hiccup, you are going to be smoothing these things too. So visualization or energy work that works like this through your eyes, through the front and back of your eyes, can help as well too. If some of you do have problems with your eyes, or you are an energy worker yourself, you are being encouraged to, one, trust that this is healable, it is intentional spiritually, and also trust that if you are an energy worker, for example, you can always create that system. Now we do know that there's the infinity sign, that loop, right? But also that clear channel in the center is what we're looking at. So it's actually going to be two separate circles from each other. A little less Venn diagram, a little less infinity sign, and a little bit more, we have yin, we have yang, and then that channel in between. That's what's clearing up, making that clear pathway in between. So that's going to be taking shape in your heart, in your crown chakra, in your third eye, and then also we do have this cleansing of the throat in between with this 10 of swords. So it's going to really, really be opening up those higher chakras for you. And so the spiritual gift and ability for you is going to be able to identify exactly what's going on and have it done. Exactly. And then being able to feel and maneuver those adjustments necessary so that you can either work through them yourself, enjoy the experience without the debt, for lack of a better term, or perhaps bestow this onto others if that is your jam. And then also we do have this energy here of others coming to you, whether spiritually or astrally. This can be passed on pets, wanting to perhaps level up. This can be earthwalkers looking for clarity, okay? Because when you provide that clear channel like this, you will notice that just like with anything else, with a pure heart, with a clear crown chakra, just like with being a light in the world in general, where there is a clear space, where there is a bright light, there are moths, okay? This is not going to necessarily be a bad thing, primarily with where you're at, with your integration of lessons and past, present, future parallel lifetimes, but do be aware that you are meant not to let any of these things become distractions from this vertex, faded kind of re-immersion energy where you're being asked to take this leap of faith. And I think that's why I wanted to come in alongside these messages today, so that you can see that there is a circle and then there's that glitch moment that breaks you out of the cycle. Okay, and so you're being encouraged to take that leap of faith and then work on this energetically, which will open up a lot of buoyancy for you in your heart. And of course, in your clairs, right? In your buoyancy, in your eyes, with your eyes closed, with your eyes open. And then again, practicing that half open and closed eyed meditation, but starting with your eyes closed and then drawing it forward. You can practice pratyahara if you know what that is, or if you're interested in looking it up. This is removing your life force from your senses, essentially. And so when you are meditating, or when you are out in the ether, when you are doing a journeying meditation or something like this, you will be able then to draw this experience into your physical life, into your conscious mind, into all of these beautiful things. But this is going to be coming from the subconscious, not from the projection of the mind, not from the I am, not from the I want, not from the I can. It's going to be coming from the higher vibration. It's going to be coming from literally the fabric of the universe, so that you can maneuver that intention. And this is also why another gift that's coming in is identifying what's coming at you, neutralizing that, and then walking through the experience that you're choosing to have. So you kind of have this working from the back front, working from the front back, and then either way there's that dissolving energy that's going on in the center, and it's going to come back around to creating that clear channel around the eyes, okay? And this is why they want you to focus on that golden light in the back and front of your pineal gland right now, creating that clear channel, okay? So it's going to be really beautiful for you. I do recommend doing like shoulder stands or something to kind of really decompress those vertebrae at the like in your neck at the top of that spine there. That's really just going to help strengthen that muscle. You know, your neck like has a really, really strong job, like a really, really big job, and it's some of the weakest muscles and tendons going on up there. So giving your neck a little bit of love, some decompression, especially with computers and all that stuff. So I just wanted to give that a little shout out. If you want to do some little things to decompress your spine up there, your neck will love you for that. And also your spiritual gifts will become a lot easier, I have to say. Okay, when you stretch your neck, your third eye goes, oh, thank God. And it just removes a ton of the pressure. For real. It's kind of like when you meditate, your mind is all clear, and then you go, oh, it's so much easier for me to understand because I don't have all that chaos going on. Same deal, different perspective. Okay. So that is all I have for you, Group 1. That is the spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities you are opening up into right now and a little bit about them. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. If you like this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I love what I do. I also love spreading this information to people who might need it and not know where to find it, so it also helps them out too. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. I love you with my whole heart and soul, and I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group number 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here today while I take a look at all about your next spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities. You select the second group with the Eyes Like a Hawk card. Now, this card is primarily green, and they're really drawing my attention to the astral body here with this color. And with the Eyes Like a Hawk card, this is kind of showing me that anything that exists within your aura, you'll be able to pick up on. If this is already something you are capable of doing, it's going to be strengthening. And if it's not something that you're currently used to, you're going to be beginning to experience, however large you set your energy field out to be, you'll be able to notice changes in this with people, places, things, experiences, emotions, not in a way where you magnetize them like an empath, but in a way where, say you are in a forest, and you'll be able to then feel when there's a bird or a rabbit that is in the vicinity. You'll be able to feel what type of creature it is, what it's doing, how it's feeling. You'll be able to feel it. Similarly, with the Eyes Like a Hawk, this will also give you a similar ability where, say you lose your keys and you don't know where they are. You'll be able to do a body scan, and you'll be able to feel, or an aura scan, you'll be able to feel through the energies in that room or in that building where exactly your keys are. The same energy will then be applied to affecting your surroundings using your aura or your astral body. Now, there is a difference between the two. There is a significant difference between the aura and the astral body, but the reason why these are coming out like this, first and foremost, is because you might be able to differentiate what you're picking up on with what energy, so you're able to further find what realm or what energy density or frequency the particular field of energies are that you're picking up on. Or alternatively, this might be something where with your aura, you might be able to make a very small movement or no movement at all and be able to have an effect on the frequency or the happenings of the energies around you, so to speak. Now, with the astral body, this will be a little bit more affecting the subtle realms, a little bit more affecting the energetic and spiritual realms, whereas with the aura, this might look something a little bit more like strengthening your energy field and being able to shift something to the right or to the left. Or say, for example, you are passing someone down the street and they're looking at their phone, so they're about to kick something or trip or step into a busy street or something like that. Your aura will be a more prominent way of sending that energetic message out of, hey, pick your head up, or hey, pick up your feet while you walk, or stop, rather than your astral body. Whereas your astral body will have an easier time diving into the energy waves of trees, for example, or connecting with the astral bodies of other beings, as well as doing things such as perhaps energy work or remote viewing or things like this from the astral body versus the aura. They are different parts of you, they're different layers of your being, so they're going to have slightly different effects. But essentially, with the Eyes Like a Hawk card, this is saying that you're going to be picking up more and being able to have a larger effect energetically than the amount of physical effort that you're putting in. And you're going to be picking up on a lot of information through your astral body. And so for a lot of you, you may have been training with your aura so that you are prepared to actually take it on with your astral body. I know a lot of people get their aura and their astral body confused, or they'll get their meditative state and their astral body confused, because we can tap into our astral body in meditation. Now, with this, there's kind of an energy here where you are able to, say, find lost things. With the Eyes Like a Hawk card, that does leave with it a level of responsibility. What is it that you are choosing to see? And what is it that you are choosing to act upon seeing what it is that you do? Okay. So we have the Devil here. Okay. So don't get too tied to knowing everything, feeling everything, thinking that you and you alone can do this, that you have, just because you can remote view or affect anything, that you have the right to do so. Because with this energy specifically, it's really important to give out that reminder that free will does exist, okay? And whenever anything goes against that, there will always be repercussions to that action, okay? There is no holier than thou energy that can be connected to this energy. Granted, to have access to this, you have to be a really strong energetic being and or have done a lot of work on yourself. So with the Devil here, it's coming out to remind you, as you already know, there is free will in this realm. So you don't get to go around remote viewing, spying on people. You don't get to go around using your aura and astral body to tell other people what it is you want them to think or hear or believe. I'm hearing the whisper method, okay? These are irresponsible ways of trying to press your ability against free will. And that does not synchronize with the flow of the universe. But let's get back into your spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities group number 2. That came out immediately with the Devil card, so I had to give that precursor, okay? If you didn't get triggered and click off, then you belong here. Welcome, group 2. With the Queen of Cups, the World, we have the Five of Swords. They're telling me, okay, whatever, I'll just take all these cards and we'll see what's going on here. With the Six of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Empress, and here's the Tower card. And at the back of the deck, Nine of Swords and Two of Swords. Interesting. So you might be feeling as though with higher levels of awareness comes, again, greater responsibility. Okay, that's why that is why we set that energetic filter in the message before we got into what this is really about. Okay, group 2. So thank you for still being here. It shows integrity and love. So there is an indication here that you're going to be picking up on a lot more, and with this, it's actually going to be showing you that what is everywhere is intentional. It is beautiful. And with this gift, it's not only seeing or feeling someone who's about to step into a busy street and sending them, hey, you should stop now. It's also seeing that person and maybe why they're so distracted that day. This is also being able to understand and feel perhaps the sequencing of events that occurred earlier on that day, earlier on in their life, maybe being able to understand their karma. Perhaps it is their time. Maybe their soul has agreed on that. Maybe they are going to get injured that day, and maybe distracting them from a moving car will actually cause something worse to happen later on in that day. Or perhaps it is just a mishap, and that will be something that you sending them that little signal will jolt them awake. They'll say, oh, I should really pay more attention. They'll put their phone in their pocket and nothing needs to happen. Along with this energy, this gift, comes this greater awareness as far as why things are happening the way that they are. And it's actually drawing my attention to a story in Autobiography of a Yogi that is about Mahavatar Babaji, and it is a little bit, it can be graphic for YouTube, so I'm not going to share it here, but essentially, it's when you are able to have faith and you move from that faith, it can allow miracles to happen, it can allow positivity to occur, it can allow things that might look detrimental or stressful or destructive on the outside, you'll be able to peel back those layers and really see not just the reasoning, but the beauty behind it. And there's kind of this filter, which is, again, why it came out in the beginning of just because you can doesn't mean you should. And if you can, there's a reason why you can, and there's also a reason why it's happening. So, unlike just feeling the things around you and wanting it to go away or wanting it to shift and trying really hard to make that happen by removing yourself from a situation or imposing your own vibration or the vibration that you want to attune it to the vibration, this is not being an empath in the traditional form of the term. Rather, this is seeing the circle of life in all things. And so with this, you'll be able to see where something is, where on that circle they are, whether it's a spiral, whether it's an infinity loop. You'll be able to then see whether it's a channel. You'll be able to see you're over here and you're over there, and so this recently happened, so this has to happen, or something akin to that energy has to happen right now. And so in some times, it might stress you out to know and not do, but other times, it might be the most beautiful thing you can do to know and not do. And so this is where, with this spiritual and psychic gift and ability of yours, Group 2, it is going to be, I'm hearing, strengthening your claircognizance and your clairvoyance, but also it's going to be not only strengthening your astral body. I had somebody comment on I posted a Reiki video, and it had an attunement in it because I've been a Reiki master teacher for years and years and years and years now, and there was a necessity for it in the collective. And so I was called, against what I felt like doing that day, because I'm very busy, I was called to place that attunement just so that others, if they felt called to it and they followed their intuition, they would be able to give Reiki to themselves. Level 1, not teaching other people Reiki, not going crazy. And someone said, I have to go in the astral and fix things like that. And that projection, that non-truth, that the fact that is not, you don't tune Reiki energy exists. That energy, things like that will be things that you are going to be noticing, becoming aware of, receiving, understanding that someone who says that isn't accessing their astral body. So, with energies like this, the High Priestess and the Devil, those that you're understanding who is tied to what, and that person very, very well, and it's all love and light on their journey, because I see where they are in their cycle and why they felt that way, and genuinely I have empathy and compassion for that. However, this came up because with the High Priestess and the Devil here, there's this energy of, you'll be able to notice all of the energy that's getting wasted, all of the energy that's getting thrown somewhere, pressed somewhere, instead of being flow. And so with that, we'll carry on to the next part of your spread here. But this is going to draw you to greater awareness. You'll be able to understand, yes, this is higher, this is lower frequency, this is denser, this is lightly packed. However, it all is, they're all atoms of molecules, they're all particles. And so really the illusion of higher or lower or denser or lighter is also going to be dissipating too, along with a lot of non-truths, or I'll say common phrases that you might hear a lot in the spiritual community that get people from perhaps B to C, but perhaps must be cleared out in order to get to from F to G, for example. So with the Page of Cups to Two of Cups to the Empress here, The next spiritual gift that you are opening up to is this ability to, yes, be in gratitude, but also to share that gratitude. This is when you are walking around with a smile on your face and you feel amazing and you're able to pick up on all of the things that are around you. And it is such a strong thing that you're experiencing that it comes out of your energy field. And so those around you will be picking up on it as well. This is more than endorphins. This is more than the high you get after the run, although people feel that in passing and they say, oh, maybe I want to feel that. But this isn't about endorphins and it's not about brain chemicals. This is actually about gratitude and union with the divine, true divine union. And so with this energy expanding, group 2, you may notice that there are energies saying, oh, well, I feel some sort of endorphin or chemical or draw to, or there's some sort of whatever would draw them in is what will be projected. And you can cleanse that out too, but you'll be able to see it and feel it coming a mile away, because you will be able to know that even though you can't see the next street over because of the buildings, you'll be able to feel that 2 people bumped into each other there. And when that person steps down your street and they're all angry, you'll be able to know to wait an extra 10 minutes to take your trash out, because that person will then be looking for someone to pick a fight with. And so you'll be able to emit gratitude, and they'll feel this wave of love and happy positivity while they're walking past wherever you are, not knowing that it's coming from you. And you'll also know to hold back a little bit and go outside after their wave of energy passes and either does or doesn't get transmuted, which is not your responsibility or job. It is going to be a result of where they are naturally at getting affected by your energy field. And that is a cause and effect relationship instead of an acting and magnetizing relationship. It's a little bit different of a vibration here, but we're looking at the subtle vibrations. With the 5 of Swords and the Empress, okay, I'm noticing that with these new spiritual and psychic gifts of yours, group number 2, you're going to be probably hearing or understanding or seeing the limiting beliefs of others. You might be able to more easily pick up on and identify the patterns of, and therefore do something about any energies that are either verbal or mental, intellectual, that are not serving you, and you'll be able to create better, positive systems for yourself. There might be some sort of energy relating to how do you express this? What do you do with this energy? And just like earlier, when we mentioned how just because you can doesn't mean you should. If you can remote view anything, please do follow your soul's calling and don't go spying on people or using the whisper method or things like this. Because you're going to be understanding also more deeply why it is not your job to not so interact, but really interfere with the process that that individual's soul has already selected, and there is no exception to that rule. However, this can be something that creates a bit of a tower moment because it challenges the belief that in a world filled with imperfection, everything is perfect. And then you look at the things around you and you see all of the people trying to clean up everything. But they don't have that goodness in their heart, and so they're projecting that badness. But they do have that goodness in their heart. It's stressed out, or it bumped into someone today, or they have a previous problem with X, Y, or Z, and it's being projected into something else on top of their good intention. And so they're carrying these vibrations out there together. And understanding that that is their way of finding their way towards eventually where you're at currently. And so while that can be a beautiful and equally difficult truth, the fact of the matter is, group number 2, this ability is going to have you doing less and having a larger effect. And for you, it's going to let you feel free of perhaps needing to run around cleaning up others' messes, Feel free of, because you can and other people are not there yet, feeling like it's your responsibility to step up. And I know that's a hard one, especially in the spiritual community group too, because there are so many beautiful, loving humanitarian souls, and that is a beautiful part of the mission, but the universe is itself repeated. And regardless of what stories are out there, what timeline you're on, regardless of what's going on, every individual bit of that universe is where that universe intended for it to be. And if you look at it in terms of a higher self, oversoul, incarnation patterns, and things like that too, everyone is where they chose to be. They're learning what they chose to learn. They bumped into the people they chose to bump in with. They had the bad time they chose to experience. They had the good time they choose to experience. They go through the struggles. They go through the trauma. They go through everything that they wish to experience. And just because sometimes that's hard to fathom when you're going through it, doesn't mean that you need to be there to give them the answer. And it also doesn't mean that you need to be there to clean up the mess or to parent them. But what you can do is continue to be yourself and continue to act from a sovereign place, as the universe is almost like such a very involved and also detached parental figure, in a sense, with all of us. This is closer to the role that you are stepping into. Dare I say cosmic consciousness on this one group too, where there's going to be a little bit of a detachment and also a bit of a nurturing role. There's a bit of wanting to do something out of love and also putting your hands up in surrender. There's a bit of understanding that 6 and 6 are two sides of the same coin, and it's all relating to what your perspective is. And that's a highly individual choice, consciously or unconsciously, or perhaps subconsciously. This might be something that you've brought about by doing a lot of spiritual work on yourself. This might be something you've brought about by incarnating time and time and time and time again. You can be doing something such as Kriya Yoga. You can be a past life regressionist, perhaps. Or perhaps you have just learned so very much that you're able to see things just kind of pop off perception after a while, because eventually it comes all back to neutrality and this feeling of secretly involved but also detached kind of universal love. What I mean by secretly involved is the way that we awaken every day, every week, every year, every so often in our lives, and we see how guided we really were, how perfect everything really was, how if you didn't take the wrong bus that day, you never would have ended up moving to that place where you met that person, and you wouldn't have never been in that job that you did. You wouldn't have opened up to your path, and it's all because, you took the wrong bus that day. And that is the magic. So that's what I mean by being so involved but also detached. You taking more of a place such as that, hey, don't step into that street right now. Taking that place such as, it's okay to get on the wrong bus. Maybe there's a reason for it. Rather than being more hands-on. It's almost like they're showing me, this is a really odd image that Spirit's showing me, but it's a little bit of the difference between, say that you have, and I don't mean to compare like Earth to this, but say you have like an aquarium, a beautiful aquarium in your home, and the fish are swimming as fish do. And you show up and you feed them and you talk to them and you give them love and you hang out with them. But the fish do what the fish are going to do, and you watch them from outside of the tank. You don't put your hands in and treat it like a dollhouse, where this Barbie goes over here and this one goes over here, and then you all play and you put the Barbies where they're gonna go, and then your hands on. Not like that. Not like that at all. But the fish, they're alive, and they have emotions, and they have feelings, and they have eyes, and they see you. And if you listen to them, they'll respond back to you. They'll communicate with each other and with you, and you can see how they're feeling, how they're doing, and you're able to adjust to their needs accordingly. And so with this, your knowledge, your vision, your ability, it's all going to be strengthening exponentially. But also your need to do something about it and is going to be decreasing, while what you can do about it will be increasing. And so this is going to lead to this kind of awareness of, well, how is interfering actually more destructive than helpful? Well, how is knowing even more supposed to prevent me from wanting to give that love and act from that place? And so there's this energy of everything is perfect all of the time. The world does represent, yes, it's the closing out of a cycle. It can be traveling, it can be certain signs, it can be the platonic solids, the connectivity behind all things. It also indicates that moment after one leaves their body, when they're back in the current of the infinite and they've ascended, they are light, they are where their soul intended for them to be on the other side of their journey. When they have this memory, they have this awareness, they have this knowing, before they dive into their next realm, their next body, their next experience, and i.e., the Eurobro eats its tail, the circle of life, or the seed of life is completed, the circle of life is completed. Do you choose to tap in with the infinite current of the divine, or do you choose to incarnate and walk out another mission? The world represents that moment. It is that moment between the inhale and the exhale. It is that true prana, that true chi, that true reason why both your astral body and aura are coming out in this reading as working together, even though they're not one and the same. Because it's that energy in between there that you're working through. It's that, not that just the higher self, it's that universal particle, part of you, that honors that you and everything is perfect all the time. And we have 212, so 212 can be significant too. We have 222 coming out here as well. And we have 616 coming out. So this is all indicating divine perfection. And now what? Whatever mission or path or thing you've been working towards, you'll find it's over now. Or you'll find it's time to expand it. Or you'll find that it's time to take a step back. Or you'll find it's time to move on from this now. This is very much also giving the energy of a soul with unfinished business being ready to move on now. So that can be significant for you in any way as well. That can also be a gift of yours that's opening up, either internally or helping others externally through this. Wherever you're at, it can also be both. So group number 2, that is all I have for you. This is all about the next spiritual and psychic gift and ability you are opening up to. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation and gave you some helpful insight. I am sending you all of my love, light, and gratitude as always, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, miraculous realm. I'll see you next time. Thank you again for being here, and I love you. Namaste. Hi there, group number 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your next spiritual or psychic gifts and abilities, and you selected the 3rd group with the Unconditional Love card. Now, this is a really beautiful card because, as we know, unconditional love and gratitude are such high vibrational frequencies. They're beautiful and they help us to magnetize what it is that we desire. Because, as we know, our thoughts, our mind are electric and our heart is magnetic. But with this energy being pure unconditional love that's going out and coming back in, this is also a pure, blank, clean slate for setting intentions, for drawing in manifestations, for allowing yourself to create a little bit of a ripple effect. This is quite different energy than what came through in the last few piles, so this is really cool. I love to hear this one for you guys coming out. I'm getting, with this card and this energy specifically, group number 3, it's giving a lot of intention setting, maybe a little bit of craft, maybe a little bit of fire magic or candle magic. This is giving definitely one of the next spiritual abilities of yours might be dabbling in craft a little bit. It might be letting yourself receive in the material realm what you've been experiencing internally or spiritually or intuitively, which is very interesting. This is showing me, instead of perhaps setting an intention, falling asleep, and waking up remembering your dream, and then understanding what your dream was showing you. This is giving like carving it on an apple and writing it on a sticky note, placing it under your pillow, and then waking up and like the apple is turned, or you have your answer because it's been like put in a flame. They're showing me something where it's very like give and take. This is giving like leaving offerings for the crows. It's leaving asking, it's almost giving like, I say this very gently, and please don't go practicing with this if you're not comfortable, but it's giving like Ouija board a little bit. Not in a spooky way, but it's giving you present an intention and you still present an offering, and then what comes back in return is what you've asked. It's the crow bringing you exactly that quarter that was missing from your collection. It's giving, you wake up and the answer's written on a post-it note stuck to your refrigerator. This is giving physical intention manifesting with help from the universe, but with the intention being unconditional love. And it's actually reminding me of this book that I keep on my desk. It's called The Law of Success by Paramahansa Yogananda. You guys know I love him. And this talks about how to use the power of spirit to create health, prosperity, and happiness. I did get it from SRF. As you guys know, I am a student there. But what this talks about, like if I could like summarize this whole book into a phrase, it would be, if your intention is to get closer to love, to embody love, to get closer to God, the universe, source, gratitude, all of these things, anything that falls under that umbrella will inherently be gifted to you. But when your intention is anything other than that, when that intention is not there, then you'll have a harder time attaining it. Is it possible? Sure. But anything that falls under the umbrella of that purity can and will be yours. But it's not because your intention is money, it is because your intention is to get closer to God, and money is a resource that is a necessity to survive in our world, and you want to get closer to the universe. You want to have love and purity in your heart, and so the universe wants you to feel taken care of. It's a little different from wanting a certain amount of money, a certain dollar sign. Now, of course, they can go hand in hand. Your intention can be unconditional love, and you're trying to manifest a particular dollar amount, or a particular word, a particular name. Setting out a code name or a code word, hey, spirit guides. When something is important, when a conversation is important, have the other person say to me the word penguin. And then they say the word penguin, right? This is things like this, but it's not with the intention of, it's not the intention of materiality. It is the intention of love and the universe and gratitude and source and universe and all of the beautiful, beautiful energies that are out there. So this is really cool. So if you do craft, you might be taking a different approach to craft. Or if you stopped doing craft, because a lot of times it can be used maliciously or uninformed, or it's a beautiful, beautiful practice. But this can give like the energy off of using pure craft, like using craft in a pure way to receive love from the universe as you give love back to the universe, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing to have as a spiritual gift and ability. Some of you might be realizing that you have a knack for craft. Some of you might also be realizing that you haven't needed to use craft in order to intend something into existence. So with that being said, what happens when you do add a little craft, it might blow your mind a little bit, if that resonates with you, group 3. Now, the 10 of Cups can also indicate perhaps setting intentions for others, for Gaia, for your friend, for the healing of a loved one, for the now this is interesting. They're showing me this as a textile fabric here, as or also as a flute, as ease. Maybe you are setting intentions to learn something and it becomes something that you pick up very easily. They're also showing me the causal realm here. So some of you might be having dreams of experiencing the causal realm. 10 and 9 of Cups. What a beautiful reading here. The next spiritual and psychic gift and ability for group number 3, please. Being able to do things on your own with the help of the universe. Not that you can't do things on your own already, group number 3, but with it being, there's almost this like, okay, all right, like, I'll take care of it, wink, kind of energy behind it. Someone might say, I don't know what to do, and come to you, group 3, or you might have a situation where you're like, it would be kind of fun to just be able to do this, confirmation. And what you find is that you say, oh, okay, and perhaps you light a candle, or you collect some water, or you do your little craft, or whatever it is. You set out your vibrational intention, and because of this, the situation just clears itself up for your friend, for your family member. And there's this energy of undoubtable magic coming from unmistakably you. So this next spiritual gift and ability, it's like you're sticking out like a sore thumb in a magical way. And on top of this too, it's going to bring you success. But it's not the kind of success where it's coming from one of the deadly sins. It's not coming from greed. It's not coming from lust. It's not coming from gluttony. It's not coming from jealousy. It is coming from unconditional love. And that is a strong kind of magic, group number 3. We have the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. With the 2 of Swords, this might not resonate fully with you right now, but there might be a little bit and piece of you internally that's like, yes, I already know this. Because there's this energy here where the intention matters. Not just the intention, I want to move. Not just the intention, I want to get a dog. Not just the intention, I want to, be in a relationship or have healthy friends or whatever this is. The actual intention is love and prosperity and health and gratitude. And so through that, you can help others find their way there too, because that is an impenetrable, oh my God, energy. So there's something here where 66, the number of unconditional love, with the 6 of Wands and Pentacles coming out here, there's this energy where you might look around and you might not see a lot of people who, you might see a lot of like witch aesthetic, for example, and there's nothing wrong with that too. It's kind of fun, you might see a lot of witch aesthetic. You might see a lot of people celebrating the new moon, the full moon, but you might not see a lot of pure intention. You might see a lot of people who, they don't know they're messing with a witch, but that in and of itself might be what is steering you away from dabbling into setting intentions, because they're drawing me back again to this book. I highly recommend that you read it. It's like $4.95 US. And I'll read the back to you. It says, if you measure success by the quality of your life rather than just by material achievements, then the timeless wisdom of this book will speak directly to your heart and soul. It's helped hundreds of thousands of people move through obstacles and invite all-around success fully into their lives. Essentially, it says what I talked about earlier, how when your intention is love and gratitude, and you want that for yourself and you want that for others, you want to take care of the universe, you want the universe to take care of you, you want to take care of yourself, the universe takes care of itself, all of that. When your intention is love, light, and gratitude, then you can dabble in things like this. And just because everybody is not there doesn't mean that you don't get to be, okay? It's like, just because like your friends are in unhealthy relationships doesn't mean the relationship that you are in is going to be unhealthy, okay? They do say that who you surround yourself with matters, but I'm getting that you are the influential person. So some of this might be using your words. Words are spells, they say. That's why they call it spelling, haha. They're also showing me, I think they're called like palindromes, where like abracadabra, like Hannah, where something spelled forward and backwards is the same. I don't know why they're showing me all of these little like crafty things. So there's something here about the intention, the power of your words. Maybe the next spiritual gift and ability that you're opening up to is your words manifesting a lot more strongly than you may have initially suspected them to, or than they have in the past. And so because of this is confirmation that the universe listens to what you're saying. So some of you might be wanting to write down what this is that you are saying, that you're affirming to yourself. Now, of course, affirmations are not the only way to bring something into fruition. However, what you tell yourself is so important. I've heard a lot of people say using affirmations can be a way to bypass what's really going on in there. No, because, well, yes, you can, but that's a projection, because when you release something from your mind, say, I'm not worthy of blank, And then the affirmation that you're using alongside it is, I am worthy of whatever that same thing is, right? It's not about bypassing it. It's about removing that negative energy, and with that space, selecting what takes up that space next. And so that is what this is. This is, you've purified and cleansed your energy, but now you get to select what comes next. And so the universe is saying, say it to us. The universe is saying, you will be successful. The universe is saying, put your back into it, add a little elbow grease, sprinkle a little salt, put some cinnamon in that coffee of yours. They're saying, use those words sparingly and wisely. And so this is something you might find yourself being more cautious about who you speak to, or the way in which you use your words. I'm hearing, they say in psychology that when you say a sentence with the word isn't or not or a negative in it, the subconscious mind still picks up that phrase, but without the negative aspect to it. So instead of saying, this isn't enough, you will still be subconsciously programming, this is enough. And I could have made that a negative phrase, but I didn't, for the same reason as the intention that this gift and ability is connected to. So that's what we're looking at here with Justice, the Hermit, Strength, and the Ace of Pentacles. Look, group number 3, things are about to get really, really, really good for you. And it's interesting that this is coming out as a spiritual, psychic gift and ability. A lot of you are going to be taking more of a deciding factor role in your life, but it's going to flow very naturally for you because of your intention being love and gratitude. This is almost saying that whenever you see a little shadow, you will merely flicker on a little light. And whenever you see a little discomfort, you will merely ask for a little bit of comfort. Whenever you see something that can use a little love, light, gratitude, source, whatever, this will be what you add. And so in this manner, this is not to interfere. This is not to claim. It's not to have. It's not to mess with or to switch or to swap or to cord, cut, or bind or anything. This is to be a creator being of the universe. So for some of you, this might also be tapping in with your creative energies, your creative sacral energies. Okay, I'm going to leave that here because we're on YouTube. But your next spiritual and psychic gift and ability might have to do, in fact, with letting yourself reach victory and be reciprocal with that energy as well, because it's not just for you, it's for others. You have this beautiful energy and you're sharing it, you're giving it out. So there's something here about this gift and ability. What you give will come back to you tenfold, but your intention is never to receive tenfold. And so that is where this energy kind of unfolds. But because that's not your intention doesn't mean you don't get to partake in the action, doesn't mean you don't get to experience the gift. And so you'll notice that you've used all of this strength in your spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities in order to find happiness and intuition the internal way, through love, through meditation perhaps, through repetition, through determination. And eventually these energies come down the crown and you're able to perceive them, visualize them into being true, into your third eye. Then they come down into your throat and you speak them into existence. They're down into your heart, and now you're magnetizing all of that beauty that you've cultivated in those feminine chakras, and now you're being encouraged to continue drawing that down your chakras. 2, what is it that will make you feel confident? What is it that you want to consume? What is it that aligns with your sense of self as a human person on this planet? What is it that feels pleasurable to your emotions, to your body? What is it that would make you more comfortable? And so you're being encouraged now to tap back into this, because this is going to be really, really connected with the next spiritual and psychic gift that you have. It's going to be actually cultivating the life around you as a creator being within this realm. A lot of you may notice that you're having very vivid dreams about what intentions the universe is perhaps nudging you to explore setting, as well as the result of the intentions that you're setting. For example, say that you set the intention to help a loved one heal through something difficult. That night or the night after, you might have a dream where that person miraculously gets healed. And then they go to the grocery store and everyone's saying, wow, I didn't know you healed from that. That's so interesting. And when you wake up, or a few days later, whenever you run into this person again, you will find out that that situation is what actually happened. So take your dreams very transparently, very literally at this time. You might be surprised to find out what or who is coming up, especially when you are under the perceptive awareness that your dreams are literal. You'd be surprised what your subconscious mind decides to show you. Because when you're on the same page, that's also how spirituality, intention setting, and visualization works as well. Same with past life regression. When your internal and external states are on the same page, you have a better flow of communication. This is why I always recommend setting up a system with your intuition, your higher self, your guides, the universe, like yes or no, or understanding, okay, I'm deciding that this sign means this. So when I see this, you're telling me this. Or, like we mentioned earlier, saying, when this conversation is significant to my blank, have them say the word penguin, and then they say penguin. So this, having this understanding, your dreams will transparently reflect to you literal truth occurring in the physical realm, in the waking realm. You are on the same page with your subconscious, and your subconscious mind will deliver in very much the same way as when you say a sentence using a negative, and your subconscious mind only absorbs the sentence. It doesn't absorb the negative. Okay, so this is where, again, allowing yourself to cultivate what you say because you're speaking it into existence. Allowing yourself to pull out maybe that old craft book, or to check out some of your local little like apothecary stores, or to wear that piece of jewelry that belonged to an ancestor and trust that it's having you guide them. This is drawing a physical aspect into that internal gift and ability that you already have, that system. It's a little less between you and the universe internally, and very much between you and the universe externally, which is one and the same. But that line is being meshed. That line is being dissolved. And so that's really cool, really beautiful. You're going to notice that things become a bit easier for you. You're going to notice that detachment becomes second nature to you. And you're also going to have a lot easier of a time identifying the intentions of other people, as well as what they are currently manifesting or intending into existence, consciously or subconsciously. This is a gift that is also coming alongside this as well. Being able to bring this into fruition will also bring transparency with those energies in others as well too. You'll be able to see what others are bringing into fruition. You'll be able to see what others are manifesting on purpose or not. You'll be able to understand what cycles people are stuck in and why, and how their own self-talk might be perpetuating them. And you will, of course, be able to send this love, light, clarity, gratitude, and I'm hearing precision off into the realms of others as well. So that we are looking at a bit of dream work here as well. So some of you might be appearing in the dreams of others if you set the intention to. Some of you might be visiting others in their dreams, sending them little hugs, and they'll be waking up, whoa, I didn't know you were in my dream last night. That's so crazy. You came and gave me a hug and you helped me figure out something I was trying to heal, but you had set the conscious intention to do so. It's a little less your astral body going AWOL and a little bit more you are creating physical intention in order to manifest something. So this in and of itself can be considered a form of craft. So if it interests you, there are so many different forms of this out there. I recommend finding what maybe suits you the best, or following your own intuition to create your own kind of vibe there if that resonates with you more. And continue to remember that the love and gratitude in the universe as your intention will always be what gives you whatever sustains that and whatever spreads that. And anything underneath that, anything that is not intended to be under that umbrella, if it stops at comfort, if it stops at pleasure, if it stops at money, if it stops at ego, if it stops at anything other than that pure light, that gratitude, that love, that source, it might manifest, sure, but it will come with struggles as to try to press that energy and ascend it up towards those energies. And you're aware of this. So continue to honor the intention that you already have, but also don't be afraid to ask for anything under that umbrella, still honoring those energies. Because you will maybe or maybe not be surprised as to some of the gifts, abilities, craft, tools perhaps that you can use or access or harness that maybe you haven't in a while or you never have before. This is essentially asking you to branch out your practice a smidge, because it will open up new worlds to you that you know about but just have selected not to dabble in or to hold yourself from a little bit. So that's all I have for you, group number 3. That is all about your next spiritual ability. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And as always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me so very much if you subscribe. And if you want to see more like this, you can join my channel for more pick-a-cards every Wednesday, or subscribe to my Patreon for pick-a-card readings like this also every Thursday. So with all of that being said, I am so extraordinarily grateful for you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. I love you, and namaste.